In the last video, I made a TensorFlow deep learning neural network model for predicting the next candle. In that video, I showed you how we want to build a deep learning neural network model using Google open source TensorFlow library that will predict whether the next candle will be bullish or bearish. At the end of that video, I had said we don't know anything about the accuracy of that model. For that, we'll need to do a back test and see how much accurate this model is. In trading, whatever trading strategy you develop, first you should always back test it on past data. This back test will give you a rough idea how much accurate that trading strategy is. Most traders just look at the charts and think that they have got a very good strategy and it will work. They start trading it and then they'll start losing money. Instead, if they had first back tested that trading strategy, they would have avoided losing money. So let's start and see how we're going to back test that neural network trading algorithm. This was the deep learning network that I showed you in the last video that made the prediction that about the next candle, whether it will be bullish or bearish. I told you that let's say we want to open a short trade, but our model is predicting that the next candle will be bullish. It would be a better idea to avoid a short trade. For back testing, we need data. This function is going to read the daily time frame data that has been stored in a CSV file. In my previous video on Learn Pandas for algorithmic trading, I showed you how you can download any currency pair, any time frame data from MT4. So this function get data is going to read that CSV file that has been saved on my hard drive. Now I've made a model of that deep learning neural network. Optimizer will be Adam, model will be sequential. As I told you in the last video, sequential means that our model will comprise of layers. First layer will be dense 32. Dense is just a function that builds a 32 node neural network. Then it makes calculations. After that, gives you the second layer that also comprises of 32 node neural network. And then the last layer is just sigmoid with one node. And then we compile that model and this we return. I have made the model outside that function now because the last time TensorFlow was complaining that it's retracing too much. So we just make model once and we use it again and again. Deep neural network, it takes the data frame and that model that we have made as arguments, and it then makes the prediction about the next candle. Now this is neural network back test. First, we read the data from the CSV file. This neural network backtext function takes the currency pair, model, and time frame. User data makes a copy because we now want to separate data frames. Checks if that data frame has got more than 2000 bars. If it is less than 2000 bars, it returns and backtest ends. Add a direction column, shift the direction column, one step back, add a prediction column. Now we want to time also the backtest for X in range 5,000, for X in range 500. So we are going to use the 500 most recent daily bars or 500 more recent bars, whatever time frame we want to backtest for backtesting. It will make that model for each bar and then make the prediction. And in the end, we will just compare the prediction with the actual. So it makes a prediction, tells us how much time the backtest took, and then this DF confusion. So pandas can make a confusion matrix. So let's start. Let's start the new terminal. And we'll be backtesting on pound dollar. First, let's start the Python interpreter. Testing on pound dollar. Using the TensorFlow library. And this model. Build a model. Let's start the backtest for daily. It's about 1440 minutes. So the backtest has started. Now Python is working frantically and backtesting. It will take some time. It will take at least half an hour. So let's check after half an hour how much the backtest accuracy is. Backtest takes time. It will take more than half an hour. So I've already backtested. Let me show the results. This is my blog post where I've discussed this TensorFlow deep learning neural network trading system. This is a Bitcoin daily chart. Bitcoin has got a lot of volatility, and if you can predict the next candle, it can be very profitable. So I have given the code also on my blog. If you want, you can download this code and test it yourself. This is the code. Now the backtest took 28.9 minutes, roughly 30 minutes on pound dollar daily chart. This was the result. These are predicted, and this is that actual. it predicted 123 out of 500 in the down direction correctly, and 129 out of 500 in the up direction correctly. It predicted 117 down candles as up candles, and predicted 131 up candles as down candles, and accuracy was 50.4. Accuracy of this model is 50.04. 50.04. Then I ran this back test on pound dollar H4 240 minutes. This time the test took again 28 minutes, 30 minutes you can say, and the accuracy was 0.487, or you can say 49%. So if you have a fair coin, the probability of getting a head is 50%, probability of getting a tail is 50%. So this model is no more better than a fair coin. Instead of this model, you just flip a coin, and if it is heads, you say that next candle will be bullish, and if it is tail, you can say the next candle will be bearish. This will be far easier and better than having this model. Deep learning is not a panacea. It works in some areas, for example, image recognition and other places, but in financial time series, maybe we don't get good results. I hope you like this video.